Stranded ni karon guys, dati kami dire sa Camaman-an, di mi katabok dati. Dali na kayo.
Ano ang sakyanan bay? Marawa guys oh.
A sudden and devastating flash flood, triggered by a low-pressure area merging with a heavy monsoon rain mass brought by the southwest monsoon, struck the city of Cagayan de Oro on the island of Mindanao in the Philippines on Tuesday, turning streets, particularly in Barangay Camaman-an, into raging rivers that swept away vehicles and caused significant damage to infrastructure and residential areas. The rainfall began early Tuesday morning, intensified by a low-pressure system just outside the Philippine area of responsibility, which enhanced the southwest monsoon, locally known as Habagat. While PAGASA initially predicted only light and isolated thunderstorms over the Cagayan de Oro River basin, the system quickly intensified, bringing rainfall levels to critical thresholds by midday. According to data recorded by authorities, the region received between 50 and 100 millimeters of rain within a few hours, which caused the Bitan-ag Creek to overflow and inundate surrounding residential and commercial zones. This sudden flash flood hit hardest in Barangay Camaman-an, a neighborhood close to the city center. Streets rapidly filled with rising floodwaters, and the steep terrain of the area transformed the runoff into destructive torrents in lower-lying areas. Residents linked the event to a weather phenomenon locally called buhawi, sudden downpour, and many stated that they had not witnessed a flood of such magnitude in over 3 decades. As the hours passed and the rain intensified, floodwaters trapped many inside their homes. Officials confirmed that 2 vehicles, a jeep and a motorcycle, were swept away in Barangay Camaman-an. These vehicles were dragged deep into residential zones, disrupting both traffic and rescue efforts. Eyewitnesses reported seeing one of the vehicles hit a sidewalk before being swept into a business entrance. Although the vehicles were unoccupied and no fatalities occurred, the incident went viral on social media, underlining the seriousness of the disaster. Within just a few hours, the flood paralyzed the city, leaving thousands of motorists and commuters stranded on flooded roads. By late afternoon, the currents became so intense that public transportation services ground to a halt. Locals expressed their fear and shock at the suddenness of the event, stating that ground floors of their homes were flooded, personal belongings destroyed, and widespread power outages left them in the dark. The damages extended beyond public infrastructure. Numerous shops, storage units, and offices in commercial areas were rendered unusable. Store owners around Bitan-ag Creek reported finding their premises filled with mud and water upon arrival, with the majority of their inventory lost. In some businesses, refrigeration units failed, leading to food spoilage and raising concerns over the immediate economic impact on local commerce.
Grabe naman yung baha ni.
The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, NDRRMC, and the ASEAN Disaster Information Network issued warnings that the flooding could have broader implications, urging residents throughout Mindanao to remain alert for further heavy rainfall expected over the next 72 hours. These advisories were in line with PAGASA's forecasts issued on June 9th, predicting sustained influence from the low-pressure system and intensified southwest monsoon rains, particularly in northern Mindanao.
Sa Camaman-an.
Authorities confirmed that while no casualties had been reported, at least 25 households were evacuated, and over 60 individuals were relocated to temporary shelters. Search and rescue teams, in coordination with barangay-level emergency units, prioritised the evacuation of the elderly and children from flooded homes to safer locations. The Cagayan de Oro City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office advised residents to stay alert in the coming days, remain in elevated areas, and keep emergency kits ready at all times.
Hi mga friends, tanawa ganin ninyo. Grabe, traffic diri bay. Ito tayo ang ulan.
Following the disaster, local officials and municipal leaders inspected the affected areas. Emergency response teams began assessing damage, not only in Barangay Camaman-an, but also in other neighbourhoods that experienced milder flooding. Preliminary reports estimate that infrastructure damage alone could cost millions of pesos. In the meantime, essential supplies such as clean drinking water and food have been distributed to affected families under municipal coordination.
Ulan-ulan. Luy kay multi ka basta ulan-ulan sir no. Luy basta nga ni tubig dapat.
Experts emphasize that flash floods of this nature tend to cause more destruction in regions where urban development is poorly regulated. In Cagayan de Oro, some urban zones reportedly lack proper drainage systems, leading to water accumulation and restricted runoff pathways during intense rain. City planners are now being urged to implement more resilient infrastructure solutions to better prepare for similar events in the future. All these events serve as a stark reminder of how vulnerable the Philippines remains during the monsoon season and how climate change is increasingly influencing the daily lives of urban populations. While residents attempt to recover from the disruption, they now face a new concern. More rain is expected in the coming days, casting a shadow of uncertainty and fear over an already distressed community.
Tabang? Tabang? Tabang?
Our thoughts are with the people of Cagayan de Oro during this difficult time. We sincerely hope that all affected families recover swiftly. Please consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications to stay updated on this situation and other natural disasters occurring around the world. Your support means a lot to us.